What's up, YouTube? Lucio just got released on the PTR, and I wanted to go through some of his skins, his trade, his talents, just to give you a heads up on what's new with this hero. So this is the base skin, and here's the color variations.
Take 5 then, or 10, or 20. Oh.
And this is the Ribbit Lucio that you can buy in the bundle, and the different color combinations, and his master skin. So let's go check out his traits and talents. So his trait is Wall Ride. When moving alongside impassable battleground terrain and structures, Lucio can walk through other units and his movement is increased by 20%. This works with other movement speed bonuses. One thing I noticed with his trait here, change the volume here, is that it can be kind of janky if you are pushing up into the wall versus forward into the wall. You should probably, when trying to do the wall ride, look at the hitbox, the yellow little circle underneath him, and then just push forward on it, and he will glide effortlessly on the wall. Now sometimes it's weird when the wall has a little dip like that, because if you just keep pushing forward, sometimes he'll fall off of it. You can see that his movement speed is increased by 20%, which is pretty good. So let's take a look at his talents. I'm going to go ahead and set the level to 30 here. Actually, let's take a look at his abilities here. So Sound Wave, cooldown 30 seconds. Or cooldown 7 seconds, mana's 30, deal 364 damage to enemies in an area and knock them back. So this is what it looks like. So it looks like a nice little ability to keep people away from you, and also do some area damage. His next ability is Crossfade. It's currently playing the speed boost, which increases the movement speed of Lucio on nearby allied heroes by 15%. And you can switch this by hitting the W key, which changes it from the speed boost to the healing boost, which passively heals Lucio and nearby allied heroes for 77 health per second. And the nearby is this little circle of frogs. Now Malfurion is probably a bad choice here because he heals himself, so I'm going to set the allied hero to something that doesn't necessarily heal themselves. Where's my good buddy Rexar? There it is. I'm going to take some damage. So you can see that I'm healing him for a short amount. And then his final ability is Amp It Up. Mana 100 seconds, cooldown is 15 seconds. Raise Lucio's crossfed track volume for 3 seconds, amping healing boost to 428 health per second, and speed boost increased to 45%. So that's what it looks like, and it's a short little ability here. See if I can. Now let's take a look at his talents. First talent is We Move Together. Increase the move speed of Crossfade Speed Boost. Increase the poor. I thought Rexar died for some reason. Increase the base movement speed bonus of Crossfade Speed Boost to 20%. So by default is 15%, and it increases it to 20%. And then there's Maximum Tempo. Maximum Tempo is a quest talent. So you kill 5 enemy heroes while Crossfade's Speed Boost is active, and it permanently increases the Amp It Up bonus of Crossfade's Speed Boost from 45% to 60%, which is pretty insane. Rexar just bit the dust. Accelerando. Wall Ride gradually increases move speed. Wall Ride's movement speed bonus gradually increases to 40% over 4 seconds while Lucio maintains its effect. And finally there's Slip. Passing through or near an enemy hero during Wall Ride's effect increases its movement speed to 70% for 1 second. There's a pretty nice escape there. I'm going to do the Maximum Tempo and complete that quest. So you can see that the speed boost is increased to 60%, which is insane. So his level 4 talents are Subwoofer. Soundwave pushes close enemies further. Enemies within the first half of Soundwave's range are knocked back 50% further. Soundwave's cooldown reduced during Wall Ride. If Soundwave is cast while having Wall Ride speed bonus, the cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. And finally, change the base. Hit 20 enemy heroes with Soundwave. Increase Soundwave's arc by 50% and its range by 20%. So this is what it normally looks like. And this is what it looks like when you complete the Chase the Base talent. I'm going to choose Subwoofer just as a talent to pick. His level 7 talents are Party Mix, which is a quest talent. Play Lucio's Crossfade tracks to nearby allies for a total of 8 minutes. Multiple allies provide additional time. And it permanently increases Crossfade's range by 25%. So this is Crossfade's range. I'll go ahead and choose that and complete the talent, and now you can see that the range is much bigger. His second level 7 talent is Loudspeaker. Amp It Up increases the crossfade radius. If at least 2 allied heroes are nearby when Amp It Up is cast, crossfade's radius is increased by 50% for the duration. That's one of the reasons why I picked Rexar. I think it should, since they're 2 heroes, I think it should kick this off here. Yeah. You can see that the radius increased because there are 2 heroes within a range. And finally there's Boombox. Drop a boombox that plays Crossfade. Its cooldown is 20 seconds. Place a boombox that plays Lucio's active Crossfade track for 20 seconds. Its volume adjusts with Amp It Up. Crossfade tracks do not stack. So here's what that looks like. You can only have one at a time. So its first ultimate heroic talent is Sound Barrier. Shield nearby allies. Mana is 100. Cooldown is 70 seconds. After 1 second, Lucio and nearby allied heroes gain a 45-20 shield point shield that rapidly decays over 6 seconds. That's kind of actually insane, so that's what it looks like. And remember, this is all allied heroes that are within your range. So the second one is Reverse Amp, which causes crossfade to do damage and slow enemies. Mana is 50, cooldown is 50. Blast Lucio's crossfade tracks at enemy heroes for 4 seconds, causing healing boost to inflict 651 damage per second, and healing boost and speed boost to slow for 45%. Go ahead and choose that. So that is the damaging one, and I'll switch it up to the slow one. Unfortunately, Arthur just bit it. So right now this is a speed one. You can see that it's slows him down pretty significantly. And if I switch it up to the damage one, so level 13 talents. First one is beat mixing. Gain a shield after switching crossfade tracks. After switching crossfade tracks, if the next song plays for at least 1.5 seconds, Lucio gains a 325 point shield that lasts indefinitely. So here's what that looks like. It's a pretty minor shield, but could make the difference in a battle. Second one is Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Immune to slow and root effects during wall ride. While wall ride's movement speed bonus is active, Lucio is immune to all enemy slow and root effects. Note that that doesn't mean stun, so he can still be stunned. He just can't be rooted and slowed. His next one is Hardstyle, which is gain armor during wall ride. Gain 25 armor while wall ride's movement speed bonus is active, reducing damage taken by 25%. So, there's a nice little bonus. And finally, back in the mix, heal self on stun, silence, or time stop. Heal for 844 upon entering a stun, silence, or time stop effect. This cannot happen more than once every 10 seconds. So that's good if you get stunned by, I don't know, say, Varian, or silenced by Valir. You can heal some damage. I don't know how that affects a chain of effects. So let's say that Varian stuns you and then Valyra silences you. I don't know when the 844 starts healing, if it's at the first effect or if it's at the last of the chain effects. I'm guessing it's the last of the chain effects, but that's just a guess. His level 16 talents are, first one is Heliotropics. Sound wave blinds enemies for 2.5 seconds, which is pretty nice, especially in the current double warrior meta. Rejuvenescencia, healing boost, also heals percentage of life. While Amp It Up is active, Crossfade's healing boost heals for additional 3% of the target's maximum health each second. So you can see that the healing is quite dramatic when you choose that talent. Next one is Bring It Together. If at least 2 allied heroes are nearby when Amp It Up is cast, Crossfade's healing boost is increased by 40% for the duration. Just adds an increase. Up the frequency. Basic attacks lower Amp It Up's cooldown. Amp It Up's mana cost is reduced. He just bit it again. Amp It Up's mana cost is reduced to 80, and dealing basic attack damage to enemy heroes also reduces the cooldown of Amp It Up by 0.35 seconds. So Amp It Up normally is 100 mana, and this reduces it to 80, and reduces the cooldown of it. And finally, his level 20 talents are Bossa Nova. Reduce the cooldown of Sound Barrier to 30 seconds, but the shield now decays over 4 seconds. Non-stop Remix. While Reverse Amp is affecting at least 2 enemy heroes, its duration lasts indefinitely, which is pretty insane in a group fight. I'll set the enemy hero here to the Lost Vikings so you can see what that would look like. And I'll reset my talents here. So you can see it lasts forever if there's 2 enemy heroes. There, I'll go ahead and switch it to the... Let me get rid of my ally here, so he's not killing anybody. So you can see it just lasts forever if there's at least, I think it's 2 enemy heroes. Otherwise, it's gonna fade away, which is actually pretty insane. His next level 20 talent is Encore. Using Crossfade refreshes Amp It Up. So swapping Crossfade tracks while Amp It Up is active will set Amp It Up back to its max duration. Can only happen once per cast. And Synesthesia Auditivia. Casting Amp It Up removes stuns, slows, and roots. The initial cast of Amp It Up removes all stun, slow, and roots effects from allies, and also removes slow and root effects from Lucio. So that is, in effect, like a kind of a group cleanse, but it's a level 20 talent, so it doesn't come much sooner than that. So that's a good overview of Lucio, his talent, his kits, and his skins. Thanks, YouTube. See you later.